Well, hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at another Walthers Proto locomotive. This time it's the EMD GP35 in Santa Fe scheme. This is equipped with DCC and LokSound 5.0. I think it's 5.0. It's definitely LokSound 5. We'll take a look at what you get in the box starting right now. So a simple flap here at the end allows you to pull this out of the box. Tucked behind the styrofoam are a couple of manuals here. You have the ESU LokSound manual, or trifold I should say, dual fold. DCC function mapping. It's got 11 functions listed. It talks about CV numbers, basic programming notes. And then you have the Walthers Proto paperwork as well, which goes over exploded parts and what that's going to look like on the inside. It also talks about lubrication, performance, etc. So the locomotive itself, though, is the star of the show. I'm going to pull that out here. I'm going to give that a tug. And we'll get this out of the box. And there's some handrails protection that I'll have to pull out, and then we will go on with pointing out some details. Alright, quick 360 here as we zoom in on this locomotive from Walthers Proto. You can see the sand filler hatch up top. There's classification lights, there's an MU receptacle, a drop step that is functioning and will go up or down accordingly. On your front end here, you've got the MU accessory hoses, brake line hose, Protomax 2 coupler horn, beacon, finely detailed windshield wipers, plastic stanchions going along the side. You've got that old style brake. And you've got the dustbin hatch there, or the blower housing I should say, dustbin hatch up top. There are crew figures installed, truck detail including speed recorder. There's the fuel shutoff, dynamic brake fan area, lift rings as you can see right where I'm pointing now, radiator fans as well on the rear, compartment detail molded in, Santa Fe nice and bright on the side. As we work our way back, lots of grab irons, rear lights, rear class lights, sand filler hatch up top, another MU receptacle. There's also coupler cut levers front and rear. And as we look back from this angle, you can see how straight the handrails are. Walthers has done a great job with the handrails. You can also see the sunshades protruding over the cab windows, rear windshield wipers as well. More of the same detail we've already mentioned on the other side, on this side. So there's a nice side profile. You got grab irons on the nose as well. And we're back up front. So there's a quick 360 of the locomotive. Let's get this on the scale and on the track. All right, we'll power on the scale. Pick it up and put it down, and we have 13.4 ounces. That's 0.84 pounds, so almost a pound. And that is 380 grams for our metric folks. All right, locomotive's on the track. I'll go ahead and shut it down. That way you can hear the shutdown sequence for once, but I'll start it up because it was already started up when I put it on the track. But F8 is the prime mover, so this is startup. Headlight F1, as you can see there, or F0 I mean. F1 is bell. Two's horn. Three's coupler crash. 4 is dynamic brake. So you have to move it to get that sound. Picking up that sound. It might not be equipped, I'm not sure. As you can see, the beacon up top, that is a F5 function. That beacon is done by fading and brightening an LED bulb. It looks really realistic. So that's F5. F6 is ditch lights if equipped, which they're not in this case. But it does handle the number board lights, which are nicely done, as you can see there. 7 is manual compressor. 8 is the prime mover we talked about. 9 is drive hold. So if you hit 9 and say you're at speed step 15, it's going to stay at that speed step, but then your throttle becomes a prime mover increase and decrease with the increase and decrease of the throttle. 10 is independent brake, and 11 is auxiliary light. So those are the functions. 11 doesn't appear to do any lighting. I don't think those classification lights are functional. So those are your different functions. We turn some of these off here. But we'll go ahead and move this at 1 speed step so you can see the slow speed control. It's out of 128 out of my NCE decoder, NCE DCC controller, I should say. We're going to set the AccuTrack 2 speedometer up and take a look at what that says as this locomotive approaches at 1 out of 128 speed steps on the NCE Pro Cab. As you can see, it's moving pretty smoothly without any issues there. It's just going to take a little while to register here in the AccuTrack. So I know the status light is down by kilometers per hour, but it is miles per hour, and it is set to HO scale. That's just where the status light is positioned. And you've got 0.8 scale miles per hour on 1 speed step. So very, very smooth, yet very, very slow, which is great for realistic operations. I'm going to go ahead and increase this here. And then we're going to reverse. So 1 scale mile an hour is also good in reverse, and the reverse lights, the headlights on the rear, are working properly. So very, very smooth operation on the locomotive. Alright, we'll kick that up a little bit so you can hear the prime mover in motion. Notch up a little bit. A very, very smooth locomotive that just kind of glides along the rails there. Alright, let's check out pull test real quick. Alright, let's look at our pull test here. Looks like this little locomotive is going to be able to pull about 30 to 40 cars. It's currently trying to get to 2.5 ounces here. Each ounce is about 15 freight cars, so just call it 37, I guess, freight cars from this locomotive per locomotive. So 2 of these would pull realistic consist for that era. And these are also used in short line service and shorter distances, so even 1 would realistically pull a consist of that era. Well, that is going to do it for our look on the Walthers EMD GP35 locomotive. This one's Santa Fe, equipped with ESU and LokSound 5. DCC, of course. LED lighting, smooth drive. I think it's a great value. A very smooth locomotive that glides along the rails. We'll leave you with a run by, and we'll see you next time right here on my channel. Take care.